Well, I mean, come on. How stupid do you have to be, really? Or how deferential do you have to be to buy this story? I talked about lies towards the end of the last hour, which has led perfectly into this part. The almost unbelievable defence that Boris Johnson has offered up for not telling Lord Geit that he had contacted Lord Brownlow. It's just like something out of Game of Thrones, isn't it? Why are they all blinking lords? So he didn't tell Lord Geit that he had contacted Lord Brownlow in order to ask for more money for the flat. And that was an egregious error. That was a grave offence. But Lord Geit, I think, has felt that he has little choice to accept that he forgot. And the reason why the WhatsApp messages detailing this request for more money, it ended up being about £112,000, that refurbishment. He's paid the money back, but he had absolutely no desire or intention of doing so until he got caught with his fingers in what looks increasingly like a Lord Brownlow-shaped till. And the reason why he didn't tell, or why the WhatsApp messages were not revealed, is because he changed his phone and he'd forgotten. This is what the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is currently asking you to believe. He didn't disclose the WhatsApp messages asking Lord Brownlow for more money because he had changed his phone for security reasons and did not, I'm quoting now, did not recall the message exchange. We need more than a ding, Keith, don't we? That's what the Prime Minister of these islands is asking you to believe today. Hi, David. I'm afraid parts of our flat are still a bit of a tip. I know Nick Abbott. Everyone's telling me Nick Abbott's got the sound effects there. I know, but I'm no Nick Abbott, am I? I know my limit. I know my limitations, all right? I can't tell you how gratifying it is to work on a radio station where people like Sheila Fogarty, Eddie Mair, Nick Abbott constantly give me new levels of broadcasting genius to aspire to. Luckily, there's a few behind me, but we won't mention any names. However, I find myself reading this text exchange between Boris Johnson and Lord Brownlow, and then reflecting upon the idea that he's asking you to believe he'd forgotten all about it, and actually wondering whether I can cobble a phone in together out of this. Because who's going to ring me and say I believe him? Who can put their hand on their heart and say, I often forget about requests for tens of thousands of pounds to decorate my home, James. I think it's perfectly feasible. And also, if I texted Keith asking him for 50 grand to tart my flat up and then I changed my phone, of course I'd immediately forget that I'd ever asked Keith for £50,000 to tart my flat up. It's not as if I walk into it every single day and see the decorations and therefore have a little thought process which involves the identity of the person that I asked for the money to pay for the decorations that I wake up looking at every day. Yeah, if you asked somebody for some money to buy something in Ulaanbaatar that you then promptly forgot existed, I could almost begin to believe that you forgot who you'd asked for the money. But you wake up in the morning, you walk into your bathroom, you open a cabinet that Lord Brownlow has paid for, but you've forgotten asking Lord Brownlow for the money to pay for your bathroom cabinet. You walk into the kitchen and there's some tiles on the wall, probably about 10 grand a piece, going by the cost of the overall refurbishment. There's some tiles on the wall in the kitchen, which you walk past every day. You put the kettle on. The kettle was probably paid for by Lord Brownlow, but you completely forgotten that you ever asked Lord Brownlow for any money to pay for the refurbishment of the flat because, you've got a new phone. Why have you got a new phone? Because you're such a lemon that you forgot or overlooked the fact that you'd left your personal phone number on a publicly accessible internet site that only got found out, dating back to your days as the Mayor of London, that only got found out as a result of some journalism after you'd become Prime Minister. I mean it. I know you don't always believe me. But I really do mean it when I ask you to ring me and offer an alternative view. And I do understand why I get the occasional texts off racists claiming that this is some sort of echo chamber. By all means, lads, ring me in. Be racist. 0345 6060973. Tell me why there's nothing to worry about when the American president is embarked upon a sort of white supremacist, soft or even hard coup, and that we should all shut up and welcome the glorious rule of Donald Trump. It'd be a pleasure for both of us, I'm sure, but especially me. So, is there any way on earth that you could believe Boris Johnson today? And that, again, is a ding, 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 ding question, isn't it? Ding, 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 ding. Is there any way on earth that you can believe that Boris Johnson asked Lord Brownlow for tens of thousands of pounds to tart his flat up and forgot about it? What did he think? What happened? Was it delivered by a stork? This chunk of change? Did it arrive unprompted through his letterbox? Did he think that Carrie Simons bought a scratch card? Where did he think the money had come from? And remember, it's money that he sees the fruits of every single time he has his eyes open in his own home. It's not money that has been spent on, I don't know, free school meals for the poorest children in the country, which you could forgive him for having forgotten about. It's not money that's been spent on a nuclear submarine moored somewhere off the coast of Scotland, which you could forgive him for temporarily forgetting about the existence of. It's not money that's been spent on something on the other side of London, like a cable car or an invisible bridge. It's not money that is in any way forgettable. It's money that's been spent on every single thing he sees when he spends time in his own home with his eyes open. I'm going to say that several times in the course of the next few minutes. Oh, it's already 11:15. How did that happen? This is money spent on every single thing he sees when he spends any time at all in his own home with his eyes open. But he's asking you to believe that he forgot about asking someone for that money.